Hey everyone, have you ever been caught in a storm? Maybe you've seen lightning, heard thunder, or watched the wind shake the trees. It can be pretty scary, right? Well, imagine being in a tiny boat in the middle of a lake when a huge storm hits, and there's nowhere to run. Sounds intense, doesn't it? Today I'm going to tell you a story about a time when something just like that happened to Jesus and his friends. But don't worry, this story has a surprising and amazing ending. So let's set sail together and find out what happened. Once upon a time, Jesus and his disciples had a long, tiring day. Jesus had been teaching and helping people all day long. When evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let's go to the other side of the lake." So they all got into a boat. The sky was getting dark, but the water was calm, and the cool breeze felt nice. Jesus, feeling exhausted, found a spot in the back of the boat and fell fast asleep on a cushion. As the boat sailed out into the middle of the lake, something unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, a big, fierce storm rolled in. The wind howled, the waves rose high like mountains, and the little boat was tossed around like a toy. The disciples tried their best to keep the boat from sinking, but water was pouring in faster than they could scoop it out. They were scared. No, they were terrified. Even though some of them were fishermen and had been through storms before, this one was really bad. It felt like they might sink any second. But guess what? While all this was happening, Jesus was still asleep. Finally, the disciples couldn't take it anymore. They ran to Jesus, shook him awake, and shouted, "Teacher, don't you care that we're about to drown?" Jesus opened his eyes, sat up, and looked around. He saw the raging storm, the crashing waves, and the panicked looks on his friends' faces. But instead of being scared like them, he stood up and did something amazing. He simply said, "Quiet, be still." And just like that, the wind stopped howling, the waves calmed down, and the sea became as smooth as glass. The storm disappeared in the blink of an eye. The disciples couldn't believe what they were seeing. Then Jesus looked at his friends and gently said, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples were in awe. They whispered to each other, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him." And from that moment, they realized something special. Jesus wasn't just an ordinary person. He had the power of God in him, and no matter how scary things got, they could trust him to be in control. And just like that, the storm vanished, and the sea became perfectly calm. The disciples were left amazed, realizing how powerful and caring Jesus truly was. But let me tell you a little secret. This is just one of many incredible moments in his life. The next story is even more amazing, but I'll save that for another time. So stay tuned, because soon we'll dive into the next adventure. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.